Viewers, on Friday, we showed you pictures of PM Modi in the United Arab Emirates. And today, in the sixth and the second leg of his 6-day 5-nation tour, Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived in Netherlands. PM Modi was received at the airport by Rear Admiral Ludger Brummelaar, Adjutant General and also Chief of the Military Household of His Majesty the King, Dutch Foreign Minister Tom Berendsen, and even India's ambassador to the Netherlands, Kumar Tuhin, along with other senior officials of the Dutch government. Modi is visiting Netherlands on an invitation of Dutch Prime Minister Rob Jetten, and this will be his second visit to the country after 2017. And during his visit, PM Modi will hold talks with his Dutch counterpart to further deepen bilateral cooperation in areas such as trade, technology, innovation, green hydrogen, semiconductors, defense, renewable energy, and a strategic partnership on water. PM Modi will also call on King Willem-Alexander and Queen Máxima. Netherlands, yours is one of India's largest trade destinations in Europe, with bilateral trade worth $27.8 billion in 2024 and 2025, and India's fourth largest investor with cumulative FDI, or foreign direct investment, of $55.6 billion. People-to-people ties remain a key pillar of the bilateral relationship, and this is a high-profile visit of the Prime Minister in his 6-day 5-nation tour. This is his second leg. The first one concluded in the United Arab Emirates, with MOUs being signed on several key sectors, and now the Prime Minister is in Netherlands. The Indian diaspora there has welcomed the Prime Minister in a grand ceremony. There you can see that's the Prime Minister greeting the members of the Indian diaspora who had arrived there to welcome him in Netherlands. And several high-ticket deals are also on the table. India and Netherlands will be signing several agreements on various sectors that we just told you about. Green hydrogen is also one of the key focuses, because it's towards a sustainable living and also in line with the global emission standards and requirements, because every single nation contributes a certain amount of carbon to the environment, and to cut down that we need to invest in green hydrogen, and that's what is also on the table this time around when the Prime Minister will be holding bilateral talks. Viewers, this is the big trade push. India's bilateral trade with these nations collectively exceeds $70 billion. Visit follows the recently concluded India-EU FTA, the free trade agreement that was signed, and this is also one of the European nations that the Prime Minister has keen interests in. As far as several sectors are concerned, the bilateral relations are also at a very, very good level at this moment, and the Prime Minister will also call on King Willem-Alexander and Queen Máxima. So there will be engagement at the royal level as well, while bilateral talks will continue in areas such as trade, technology, innovation, green hydrogen, semiconductors, defense, renewable energy, and also a strategic partnership on water. Now let's tell you why Netherlands is important, because Netherlands, viewers, is one of India's largest trade destinations in Europe, with the bilateral trade between the two nations worth about $27.8 billion in just 24 and 25. And India's fourth largest investor is also Netherlands, because it has a cumulative foreign direct investment of $55.6 billion in India. But that's not all, because people-to-people ties also remain a very, very important pillar of this bilateral relationship, and a key testimony to that are the visuals on your screens. The Prime Minister being welcomed in a very, very grand way by the members of the Indian diaspora, and also the indigenous population of Netherlands as well, is very, very excited to see the Prime Minister. There you can see handshakes, smiles, namastes, and even Indian flags galore in this particular venue where the Prime Minister met the Indian diaspora.